Hi, welcome to the Asurface Show, where we share useful information for architects and designers, builders, developers, and construction industry related professionals. I'm here today with Kristen Nande, and we are talking about value engineering and budgets and what seems to be occurring today in multifamily, large-scale construction projects. What's your experience?
Well, my experience has been, we typically will have a specification or an architect or a designer that has champagne taste, and then we have a contractor with a beer budget.
Right.
So we start at one point and you have some beautiful finish because they have the vision, and then that's what they do. Everything is coming from an aesthetic point of view. And then, you got to marry the vision with the wallet. And sometimes they don't always align. And in those cases, we have to find some alternate products.
Sure. And that's what we're seeing 9 times out of 10. And, it's great to be engaged in the beginning of a project, right, because then you can have a backup plan ready to go.
Right.
More often than not, we seem to be coming in at the 11th hour trying to identify projects to reduce costs.
Okay, Rob, usually you're asking all the questions, and I'm not shy to say that budgeting is probably not my strong suit. Right. So I want to ask you some questions about how to get the look that you're going for, get the look that's specified, but when you're in a situation where you need to be at a specific budget.
Sure, it's a great question. And like we were talking about, when we can come in early in a project and we can see that an architect has specified solid wood flooring in a project, okay? And is this material, let's say, is $15 a square foot, and we know the look that they're after because the architect has the vision, and they've presented that vision to the project owner, and the project owner likes that vision, and everyone's ready to go. And we can sit back as a supplier, as a conscientious supplier, and be prepared for the inevitable at the end of the project when they're ready to install this $15 square foot floor, that they're going to need to cut costs.
Okay.
And so what we would do in that instance is come prepared with something that might be in the $7 range, or $6.50 or $5.50 a square foot, that has the same look as this solid flooring, that has the same technical characteristics, whereas it can hold up to the use that's intended for that product. But can reduce the cost. So we get the same look. We get an engineered product rather than a solid wood product. And then we can go, this would be, option B, plan B. And then we're like, if we really need to cut costs, we look at reducing to an LVT product that has the same look. We have this created to mirror the original intent. And, this can be anywhere from, $1.50 to $3, depending on the product we're using.
So you can always offer a good, better, best.
A good, better, best. And I think as a supplier, we should always, if we are invited in the beginning stage of a project to engage, we should always be prepared with good, better, best scenarios. I think it's
Absolutely.
I think it's in the best interest of all parties involved.
Absolutely.
And of course everything would be run back through the designer for their stamp of approval. It's their project. It's their brainchild.
So what about this? Because this looks like something, if I were renovating my kitchen or bathroom, I'd go directly to marble because it's big, it's pretty, it's expensive.
Yeah.
And at some point, when it's time to purchase, perhaps marble wasn't what we could afford for the project. Is this marble, or is this a suitable alternate for marble?
That's a great question. This specific piece right here is a porcelain product. It's actually a print film on the surface of porcelain material. And interestingly enough, there is a casino project, a casino hotel that was recently constructed. We came in the beginning. They were looking to cut some costs. There was Himalayan white marble specified in all of the bathrooms.
Okay.
Every bathroom, there's over 300 bathrooms in the guest rooms. They were over budget, looking to cut costs. The Himalayan marble was somewhere in the neighborhood of $13 a square foot. We came in and proposed a porcelain alternate at $3.50 a square foot. They rejected it in the beginning, started building the project, budget got out of whack, and we were able to save them hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Wow.
And we went so far as to actually take the shop drawings for the Himalayan white marble, ship them off to our manufacturing partner to have this material created in the same specifications as the Himalayan marble. Sizing, trim pieces, everything was fabricated to match. And that was, that was one example of, cutting costs. Another example here, oftentimes architects or designers want a handmade look, and you can pay $11.50, $12 a square foot for just a simple, hand pressed subway tile, 3x6, and if that's over budget, it's a white tile, it's handmade. We can go to a machine pressed subway look. It's going to be somewhere in the neighborhoods of $2 a square foot.
Wow.
Or we can go with a traditional, just a regular 3x6 subway tile. It's $1.60 a square foot. So we can get that same look, and maybe what we can do is save enough money in one area where we can keep the finish that the designer really, really wants in a specialty area that they're really passionate about. So the idea is that if we can cut costs in one area, we can save some of the high-end finishes in other areas. And that's what we aim to do. And I really think it all boils down to having that rapport with the designer to find out what's really important. What do they really want to see in this project, because it's their brainchild, and I think we have to be respectful of that.
So we've looked at everything else here, but we've got this guy. What is this?
This is great. This is from one of our preferred manufacturing partners, Real Stone System. Real Stone System makes a whole lot of variety of real stone glued together. They're epoxy pieces that have corner pieces that have less than a 2 millimeter variance between pieces. And what this does, it cuts cost on actually going to stone yard, purchasing the stone, having stone masons on site to fabricate the stone, set the stone, mortar set the stone. This you can purchase and use for exterior facades or for feature walls inside of buildings or to wrap fireplaces. You see you go to a shopping center and you'll see a post and column. The base of the columns will be wrapped with stone, and then maybe the columns will go up, or the veneer of the walls will be with stone. This is a tremendous way for a project to reduce costs
but
by
still
using
achieve
this.
that look.
By still achieve the look. I mean, it is real stone. These are all real stone pieces, and there are a variety of manufacturers that make products such as this. We found real stone to be superior to all of them, just in the quality of construction, the epoxy. You don't see any of the epoxy running through or out of the joints, and there's so much consistency that the feedback we've gotten with Real Stone Systems has been fantastic.
Okay. Rob, this all sounds really cool. If you have a project that you're working on and you'd like to discuss ways to cut costs using some of these materials or more, click the link below and we'd be happy to have a conversation.